Welcome to Hero Villains. Thank you for always watching and supporting the channel. Do you think Black Adam can defeat Captain Adam? Captain Adam, real name Nathaniel Adam, is an Air Force officer who was transformed into an atomic energy creature after a military experiment. He can absorb and release quantum energy, fly at supersonic speeds, manipulate matter at the atomic level, and even travel in time. Captain Adam is often seen as a living nuclear reactor, an extremely formidable opponent. Meanwhile, Black Adam is Shazam's archenemy, endowed with the power of the ancient Egyptian gods. He has the terrible power of 6 gods: Shu's strength, Heru's speed, Amon's endurance, Zehuti's wisdom, Aton's power, and Mehen's courage. With these abilities, Black Adam can be on par with or even surpass many other superheroes, including Superman. Before we dive into the analysis, please hit the subscribe button and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. Captain Adam, whose real name is Nathaniel Adam, is a United States Army officer who served with absolute duty and loyalty. During a top-secret mission, he was forced to participate in a military experiment involving nuclear technology, but a serious incident occurred. Nathaniel was caught in a massive atomic explosion, causing his entire body to disintegrate and restructure on a subatomic level. Nathaniel Adam was covered in the alien metal Dilastel and returned as a completely new Captain Adam. He possesses the ability to absorb and control atomic energy at an enormous level. This ability allows him to fly, project energy beams, manipulate matter, and even travel through time. Despite the internal conflicts between his human nature and his supernatural powers, he always tries to maintain his military ethics and responsibility to protect humanity. Captain Adam can not only absorb large amounts of nuclear energy, but also control and transform them at will, thereby creating destructive attacks with unpredictable destructive power. Captain Adam can also fly at extremely fast speeds, performing teleportations to many different spatial coordinates. Another highlight is the ability to manipulate matter at the atomic level, allowing him to change the nature or structure of any object. In some timelines and alternate universes, he also has the ability to travel in time. Captain Adam's power in some versions is considered to be almost equivalent to Dr. Manhattan. Captain Adam in his combat is the ability to counterattack so effectively that the more he is attacked, the stronger he becomes thanks to the mechanism of absorbing and accumulating energy from the opponent's attack. However, this ability also comes with great risk. If Captain Adam's body is damaged beyond its tolerance, the accumulated energy will go out of control, possibly leading to an atomic explosion of unimaginable destructive power. Therefore, a special suit made of alien compounds is an essential component to stabilize and keep the energy flow within him in a state of balance. This armor acts as a protective shell, not only limiting the energy emitted, but also preventing physical decay within the body. Captain Adam has faced many dangerous enemies, but the most prominent of them is Major Force, the perfect antithesis of himself. Also transformed by nuclear energy technology, Major Force possesses equal power, and in some aspects even surpasses it in pure offensive ability. Where Captain Adam represents ideals and order, Major Force is the embodiment of chaos, brutality, and loss of control. He does not hesitate to kill civilians or destroy the environment around him as long as he achieves his goals. Captain Adam also has to deal with political and spiritual forces. General Wade Eiling is a typical example of a cold, scheming military general who always tries to exploit Captain Adam as a tool of war. He represents the dark side of government power, willing to sacrifice himself for strategic purposes. Captain Adam once directly clashed with Superman. The contradictions between the ideals of freedom and the ideology of obedience force the two heroic icons to stand on opposite sides, turning them from allies to opponents. Black Adam is one of the most complex and conflicted characters in the DC universe. A warrior from ancient Egypt, he was chosen to become the heir to the divine power of 6 powerful gods: Shu of strength, Heru of speed, Amon of endurance, Zehuti of wisdom, Aton of energy, and Mehen of courage and protection. When he says the word Shazam, he transforms into an entity with near divine power, comparable to the most powerful beings. The change in ideals has gradually led Black Adam away from the path of justice. Unlike Shazam, the successor of this power and often associated with altruism, Black Adam believes in using power to impose order and revenge. Because of his strong belief in justice in his own way, he is often considered an anti-hero or even a villain. Black Adam is not only Shazam's sworn enemy, but also a symbol of the conflict between power and morality. Every time he appears, he raises big questions about the boundary between punishment and justice, between protection and control. Black Adam is the embodiment of ancient divine power combined with a cold, fighting mindset. Thanks to the power granted by the Egyptian gods, he possesses a series of superior abilities: super strength, the ability to fly freely, and especially the ability to control lightning, a symbol of sacred power, both an offensive weapon and a tool to impose authority, making him almost immortal on the battlefield. Modern attacks, even from high-tech weapons, are often ineffective due to the ancient magical defense that protects him from physical and artificial energy intrusion. Ruthless in action, Black Adam never lets emotions or morality hinder his decisions. This makes him an extremely dangerous warrior who is not only physically strong but also tactically adept. He always goes to the end of the goal, not afraid to sacrifice or use extreme measures to achieve the desired results. With an iron mindset and incredible strength, Black Adam is a force not to be underestimated in any conflict. Black Adam possesses superior strength and a tough mindset. Among them, his fateful opponent is Shazam Billy Batson. The confrontation between the two is not only a collision between two entities with similar power sources, but also a symbol of the battle between altruistic justice and the desire for revenge. If Shazam fights for ideals and protects the innocent, Black Adam acts on personal beliefs and is willing to destroy to achieve his goals. Black Adam also often confronts the Justice Society of America, JSA, one of the oldest superhero organizations. The JSA represents discipline and order, while Adam has always been an unpredictable force. Even big icons like Superman and Wonder Woman have been forced to intervene when Black Adam has crossed the line. Both, despite their strength, have been wary of the brutality and uncompromising determination that Black Adam displays in every fight. Black Adam is not just the violent power of ancient Egypt. He has spent thousands of years confronting countless enemies, from ordinary warriors to supernatural entities. This experience has helped him develop a ruthless fighting style, a match between Bruce Lee, a legendary martial artist weighing 150 pounds, and an average man of the same weight and strength. He is the Bruce Lee of the world of entities with godlike powers. Black Adam is clearly stronger than Shazam. I mean, this is a bit obvious. And I know there are people who will say, but an epic Avenger, Black Adam was given powers by the gods, just like Shazam. Black Adam, he fought, and defeated Sabbac, who was known as a planetary-level threat. Please, subscribe to the channel, it helps us a lot, and moreover, you will get to see great videos every day. You are the best. Thank you very much. Amidst the ruins of an ancient pyramid in Kondak, once a symbol of power and faith, the air is thick with chaotic energy. The wind carries swirling dust as the ground shakes from the collision of two titans, Black Adam and Captain Adam. Black Adam appears like a divine storm descending upon Earth, exploding with super speed and thundering lightning. Each of his strikes is a perfect combination of raw power and ruthless cruelty. Lightning shoots from his hands, shattering ancient stones, and the light of his magical power illuminates the gray sky. He fights like a god of war, relentless and merciless. In the face of such fury, Captain Adam holds his ground with destructive atomic energy. The alien metal covering his body glows, reacting violently to Black Adam's brutal blows. Instead of retreating, Captain Adam absorbed the energy of the impact and transformed it into an absolute counterattack. Under enormous pressure, he harnessed the near-limitless power within himself, creating energy blasts that shook the very foundations of Kondak. The collision between the two forces created a shocking explosion, sending both Black Adam and Captain Adam flying backwards. The ground beneath their feet cracked open. The space around the ancient pyramid seemed to be torn apart. Energy continued to fluctuate violently in the air, thick with the smell of burning. Black Adam's eyes burned with pride and coldness. To him, power was not just a tool, but the very essence of justice. In his world, the strong not only had the right to impose laws, but also the duty to shape order. He believed that power should only be in the hands of those who were determined enough. Captain Adam disagreed. In the shimmering light of atomic energy surrounding his body, like a shield of reason against the flames of tyranny. Amidst the suffocating tension, Captain Adam concentrated all his energy into his palm, unleashing a strike of pure atomic nature. The shock waves emitted from the attack distorted space, causing time around the conflict area to seem to slow down. The fragments of rock, sand, and light were stretched, as if reality was being bent under the immense pressure of an immeasurable source of energy. In that moment, Captain Adam not only used his power, but also restructured the entire environment around him, a clear manifestation of his near-divine power. However, Black Adam was not defeated. Roaring loudly in the chaos, he summoned lightning, carrying the might of the god Shu, a sacred current that was not only destructive, but also imbued with ancient magic. The lightning tore through the sky, crashing straight into the energy shield Captain Adam had just erected. In an instant, the shield shook violently, breaking into pieces of glowing energy before disappearing into the air. Sensing the stalemate, Captain Adam decided to change his strategy. His body gradually turned into an immaterial state, disintegrating into a wave of pure atomic energy. In the blink of an eye, he disappeared from the present, traveling through the fabric of time to find an advantageous point for a surprise counterattack. When he reappeared, he swooped down from the sky like a glowing meteor, hitting Black Adam straight at his position with extremely powerful speed and attack force. Black Adam was not unprepared either. With the ancient magical knowledge accumulated over millennia, he immediately drew complex seals in the air, summoning parallel versions of himself from other timelines. In an instant, 4 Black Adam clones appeared, surrounding Captain Adam from multiple directions, each with equal divine power and fighting ability that could not be underestimated. The battle immediately became a maze of time, identity, and strategy. Captain Adam now has to deal with not only physical attacks, but also a multi-dimensional magical force. The space around him begins to crack, with fissures as thin as silk, shining with a bright light, spreading like a spider web across the distorted sky. Captain Adam was losing control of his internal energy. The protective layers around his body were constantly pulsating, the light emitted becoming more and more intense. The pure atomic energy within him was pulsating at a dangerous frequency, approaching the ultimate limit, where the energy was so compressed that it could create an explosion equivalent to the Big Bang on a miniature scale. The wind swirling around, Captain Adam whipped up rocks and soil, tearing the surface of the Kondak Desert apart. Black Adam stepped back, his eyes filled with caution. Despite his godlike power, he knew that if he did not stop it in time, the entire area, even a dimension, could be blown out of existence. Black Adam knew that a finishing blow now would not bring victory, but total destruction. If Captain Adam exploded, not only Kondak, but the entire planet could be caught in a quantum explosion equivalent to a miniature Big Bang. Black Adam gave up on ending the battle in the usual way. Instead, he used all his ancient magical knowledge and summoned the lightning energy of the god Shu to establish a sealing ritual. The sacred lightning combined with Egyptian magic created a spiraling column of energy surrounding Captain Adam like a living seal. Adam not only sucked the quantum energy from his opponent, but also transformed it, forcing it into his own body. As the light faded, Captain Adam collapsed, alive but exhausted. Amidst the rubble, Black Adam stood upright, his entire body glowing with energy that did not belong to him. Victory was in his hands, but the price he had to pay was not small. Now, he was the temporary container for the most unstable nuclear power source on Earth, a living detonator ready to activate if control was loosened for even a moment, the most dangerous on the planet. The winner is Black Adam. I hope you enjoyed this fight. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, follow me if you like. That's today's video. Thanks a lot.